But just over 1 year ago today, with your help, we saved America. That's what happened. We saved it. In the most important election victory possibly in the history of our country was going down. We were a country that was being scoffed at, laughed at all over the world. We won all 7. Thank you, Charlie. And now, after just 10 months in office, I'm pleased to report that America is winning again. Pennsylvania is prospering again. And I will not rest until this Commonwealth is wealthier and stronger than ever before.
And don't forget, a year ago, President Trump inherited the worst inflation crisis in modern American history from the Biden administration. And I have watched every single day as President Trump and his tremendous economic team have been working to fix it. And they have through a very simple economic formula, which President Trump will talk about tonight. Number one, tax cuts. Within 6 months, President Trump signed the largest middle-class tax cut in American history. No tax on tips, overtime, Social Security, and you'll hear stories of everyday Americans tonight who will benefit directly from those tax rebates next year. And then, of course, unleashing American energy dominance, which is having a direct impact on the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And we have seen oil prices down 20%. In 22 states, the average price of gas is less than $2.75 a gallon. Gas prices are at their lowest point in 5 years. This is all thanks to President Trump's economic agenda. There's a lot more work to do, and he'll talk more about that tonight. But this is going to be President Trump's bread and butter issue, focused on the economy. Nobody knows it better than him.
Donald Trump and Republicans have done nothing to lower the high cost of living. Costs haven't gone down, costs are going up. Housing costs, out of control. Electricity costs, out of control. Child care costs, out of control. Grocery costs, out of control. And health care costs, out of control. And about to get worse. The Trump Republican economy is not an A+. Everyday Americans are not confused about that. And if there's any debate as to the success or failure of this economy related to how it may be graded, the only question is whether the American people would give it a D for disaster or an F for failure.
Now let's discuss the cost of living, and here is CNN bringing some good news, and this must have hurt them.
Some states seeing gas prices below $3 for the first time in years. Let's get to CNN's Matt Egan for the good news on this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice to finally be here with some good news on the cost of living front. So for the first time in 4.5 years, gas prices are averaging $3 a gallon nationally, according to AAA.
CJ, that report went on to say that there are 20 states across the country where the average price of gas is less than $2.75 a gallon. How big a deal is that? Is cost of living still a top tier issue? Is it the top tier issue?
It's definitely a top tier issue here in the States. We're seeing that people don't only want to see and make America great again. They want to see America made affordable again. And President Trump is doing all that he can do to lead on that front. We're not only seeing, of course, gas prices go down, but we also saw this past month the median price of rent go down as well. And so I think these things are incredible, steps in the right direction to ensure that the American dream remains within the grasp of, the American people. And I think that they're welcoming it. And also, too, it goes to show that we don't need socialism to actually right this ship. We don't need the vision of Zohran Mamdani to fix this problem. Capitalist solutions do work. Hard work policies do work. And I think that's exactly what we'll see more of from this president in the months and years to come.
Now, there were a bunch of brave celebrities, singers and actors who have been honoured at the White House, where they received their Kennedy Center honours. They get medals for that, and then they go to a beautiful gala event at Washington, D.C. venue. Let's have a look at the president giving these people their honours.
On behalf of every American who has been inspired by the unbelievable talent of Michael Crawford, who has been influenced by the music of George Strait or Gloria Gaynor or Kiss, or who has been moved by Sylvester Stallone's unmatched heart and talent and grit, because nobody played that role, and nobody will ever play that role like Sly.
Alex, the president said they had defined entire genres and set new standards for the performing arts, but I say they're brave because to be accepting an award like this from President Trump, it could be very hazardous to your career in the entertainment world. We know they've got that new age McCarthyism where if you're a conservative or even tolerant of conservatism, you may stop working.
No, and it's funny because, you call them brave, and I know you're saying that a little facetiously, but also you're being honest because this is really where we're at. This is the political climate where these celebrities will lose brand deals. They'll lose everything. They'll lose their agency if they just are just even sympathetic to that side. Like, they don't even have to be conservative, but if they're sympathetic to conservatives, that is enough to get canceled. So I just want to say, Sly Stallone, his role of Rocky is arguably one of the greatest movies of all time. So he definitely deserved that award. Now, George Strait, I'm sure you've heard all the rumors about George Strait. I don't know if they're true or not. I love George. He's the king. I'm just saying. Tom Segura,
I have heard no rumors.
Okay.
I am not listening to any rumors. I will not listen to rumors about George Strait. Do not tell me anything.
King.
Thank you. Now, they say courage is courageous, and here we've got another actor coming forward and making statements about Donald Trump that a few years ago would see him possibly literally run out of Hollywood. Kelsey Grammer, the man behind the brilliant comedy series Frasier, has praised Donald Trump in an interview ahead of the Kennedy Center honors. He said, "I think he's extraordinary. He's one of the greatest presidents we've ever had, maybe the greatest." Alex, he also said it's great to have somebody as president who actually means what they say.
That's probably the best thing about Trump is that that he loves America and he actually means it when he says it. Not like all these other politicians, but Kelsey Grammer, his role in Frasier, he was an icon. He's another guy that was just in the latest Avengers movie. He can lose a lot of credibility in Hollywood by, supporting Donald Trump. So I just want to give him a lot of credit for being brave and, speaking out and supporting President Trump, because really everything he said is correct. I think Donald Trump is the best president of my lifetime. And he's one of the best presidents. He's not perfect, but no president is. But I truly believe that he wants to make this country a better place. And that was not the case with the last administration.
And we're not exaggerating this situation that exists in Hollywood and in entertainment world in general, where people are ostracized if they're not from the left. I mean, you got at the moment someone as big as Taylor Swift copping criticism, even though she's a Democrat, even though she's campaigned for Democrats, because she's stopped issuing political messages, she's copping some heat. But if you actually come out and say, I'm a Republican, or I respect the president, I don't hate President Trump, in fact, I admire him, that could be the end of your career. That could see you not get any further work. So it does take some guts to make statements like that.